Dtravel big news. So obviously people are interested in what this big news is. If you haven't already seen, there's been a big announcement today, and you can read it here on the Dtravel Twitter page, X page, whatever. We're excited to announce the launch of the world's first peer-to-peer meta search, a revolutionary new web app enabling anyone to discover a growing network of vacation rental listings that can be booked directly with a property owner or manager. This major milestone represents a momentous shift from being a one-sided infrastructure provider to an ecosystem set to empower participants with unlimited growth potential. Read our latest blog post, link in replies, and learn about what we're building towards and what features will be launching inside the Dtravel app next. Okay, so we've got a little video here. And then here is the link here. Read more. Let's click on that. So this is basically what I've been talking about, the app, which was in phase 1 alpha, whatever, beta, and they've actually just launched it. And so here they just talk about what they've done and what they're doing, what this is all about, etc. And it just goes into detail. I'm not going to go through it right now because you can read. And here's the link. So I'm just going to post the link here as well. Let's have a look for yourselves. It's quite a in-depth explanation, so I think it's worth having a look and sharing this with other people who might be interested in Dtravel, TRVL, or who may have a vacation rental themselves, like, or an Airbnb. You can just explain this to them. And so effectively there it is, here it is, find a stay, there it is. So it was a very discreet link, huh? It wasn't very obvious. So this is it. This is what I've been talking about. And so now, for the first time, it's public, and anyone can go to the link app.dtravel.travelers. I'll paste that in as well. And you can now search for stays, properties to stay in. Okay, so that's Dubai. And here you can see that there's lots of kind of apartments in and around Dubai. And it's very nice, huh? They've done a really good job. I love it. Look at that. Look how beautiful this is. And so this is very tangible, isn't it? So all the time I've been talking about Dtravel, TRVL, and the peer-to-peer network that's being created, and you know how every reservation is being recorded on the blockchain, and whether it's in fiat or in crypto. And now for the first time we've got this kind of public search engine where people can find properties that are on the Dtravel peer-to-peer network, and they can book them. And so if I was to go into any one of these properties now and click on it, it would link me to their site. Now their site could be independent, but it appears it looks, or it could be a Dtravel site. So this looks like it's got the Dtravel template. So this is actually a Dtravel template. So it's the Dtravel site. So the owners built it on Dtravel or imported it from Airbnb onto Dtravel, and it looks like this. But you can also get like direct booking sites which just have the Dtravel widget, and that also would qualify. And so now for the first time you can click on, and this is direct owners, this is people themselves. This isn't Airbnb or booking. There's no intermediary here. And what's great about this is that if people book vacations now directly, they have the same actually better insurance than on Airbnb. We have a much better insurance package when it comes to problems and liability and disputes, etc., both for the host and for the traveler, the operator, and the traveler. So this is the world's first. In my opinion, it's extremely It's a big deal. It's a massive deal. And if anyone was ever looking for a buy the news event, this is it. Really, because this is the beginning of something extremely big, and you're basically, you found it at the beginning, basically. Yeah, I don't know if people understand how this is how this can grow. And once the network becomes big and big and big, you see a lot of people have Airbnbs and they're looking for exposure, and they're looking for places to, other places to distribute or list their properties and expose themselves to more people. And so once they get wind of this, it can only grow. This is nicer. Look, they've done it so you can actually click on there. That's me. That's my properties there. This one and this one. It's nice. Look, see, both in the same place. And then when you zoom out, now the only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't show. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. And that's a link. Wow, look how amazing this is. Look. Can I get into there? I'm impressed, huh? You guys must be impressed. If anyone's done, you must be impressed. So yeah, look, Lisbon. You can just go to Lisbon now. book an apartment easily. Don't need to go on Airbnb. Okay, so the choice, it's limited choices, but still. Look at this one, 1,700. Oh wow, it zooms out, and oh, you can search this whole area. Wow, look at that. I've never seen that one before. Wow, this is amazing. So you can actually now start seeing properties around the country. Let's do it. Let's do a big area. All right, so now it actually, you can look. It's everywhere now. Look, 21 in Seville. Did you know that? There's 21 properties in Seville. 3 in Valencia, 3 in Barcelona, Palma. There's quite a few in Palma. This little island here, Ibiza. Where's Mallorca? That's Mallorca, isn't it? Nice. Look at those places in Mallorca. Let's have a look. Amazing. Look at those. There's so many places. Can't believe it. What if you search the whole world? Doesn't. All right. So UAE. Let's have a look at Georgia. Look at that. It's a lot in Georgia. All right. So you can clearly see it's the beginning, right? This is the beginning. Look how, relatively speaking, there's very few properties, but this can grow. This will grow. And so in the future, we're going to see the whole world red. Basically, look, 15 in Vienna. So we've got some big destinations already in the... Let's have a look at the States. Look at that. And I don't know if people realize this. Yeah. But it's really fascinating for me because I had the first reservation on Dtravel. And so we've come a long way from that first booking that was made. I'll show you the link. This is it. So this was me, August the 4th, 2022, thereabouts. And look, blockchain startup, that was 2022. Blockchain startup Dtravel it explains about it, and then it talks about here, this sentiment is shared by me, Sajadi's got my surname, one of the first hosts in the UK to list this properties using Dtravel. Have they linked it to me? Well, they have. Look, they've even linked it to my property here. Amazing. So I started with the first booking, yeah? Number 1. And now look at where we are. Where did it go? I think I lost it. There it is. And now look at it. They're everywhere, look. Seven though. So I find this quite fascinating. I don't know if anyone shares my emotional reaction to what I'm experiencing right now, but I think it's quite amazing that I'm like searching around the world and I'm like seeing direct properties which I can book peer-to-peer on Dtravel. So honestly, this is the beginning. This is literally a buy the news event, I think. And go and have a look at the app yourselves. And if you have some kind of similar vibe as I have, then you know what to do. You know, don't fade on TRVL. That's literally what I want to say. This is a big deal. All right. I'm very excited about this. Just wait until the world finds out, because this is going to grow. You can see it's growing already. All right. Marve saying it looks like a good step forward. Dtravel, yeah. This is a big deal. This is a very big deal. And look, I mean, you can just book properties now. Look, just using crypto if you want. It's all peer-to-peer. So the biggest problem was that it's populating the map. That's a problem, you know. It's to start from 0 or 1 or whatever, and to get it to such a stage where you can actually look at a world map and see properties all scattered around. Maybe not like Airbnb. Obviously Airbnb has been in this business for a long time, and so they've had time to grow their network. But now I'm looking at the world actually. Now I'm looking at places that I want to go and visit on Dtravel. That's what I'm thinking. Like $40. Why wouldn't I go there to Mendoza in Argentina and pay $40 and stay here? That's what I'm thinking now. I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna start traveling. Can I stay here? Why wouldn't I do that? I would. Looks nice. Stay there for a week. Where's that? Oh, look. What is that? Oh, it's the wall. Thought it was the sea. I was about to get excited. All right. Let's have a look in. None in New Zealand, huh? See, we still got a way to go, you know. We still got. And this is what's interesting, because you know, we have this affiliation scheme, and so people can actually, I mean, if anyone here is watching me and is like interested in making money, then sign up to the affiliation scheme and start giving out your affiliate link to people who have properties, and you'll make 1.5% of all of their booking revenue. It'll be paid to you in TRVL. Let me try and find the link for you, and I'll just paste it. I think everyone should do this. And so I've done this, so I give out my link. I'll show you the back end actually, so you can see for yourself. Oh, I have to log in. email. Check this. That's my back end. You see, I've got 45 leads. See that? Just by giving out my my links. These are my links. I just made them up to make them. And so now these people, obviously I haven't earned anything because they have to make bookings. But these people are coming onto the, have come, or some of them, I don't know. It doesn't really give me much information, but some of them might have come onto Dtravel, listed their properties. And from now on, if they receive direct reservations on their property through Dtravel, I'll get, so they'll pay 3% to Dtravel and I'll get half of that. It's just the affiliation scheme. Just by sharing my referral link to property owners. And all I do is I just go into forums and stuff and just post my link and just explain that this is good. And people click on that and they signing up. And so it hasn't taken off yet, but if you can imagine the future, then think to yourself, well, look, I've got 45 leads, and potentially in the future, when Dtravel becomes big, becomes more mainstream, then I could be earning revenue from these properties just because I brought them onto the Dtravel network in the form of TRVL. And so you see the value is actually in the network, the growth of the network. That's more valuable than anything. And so anything we can do to populate this is going to exponentially grow the value of Dtravel and then TRVL. Yeah. So the bigger this gets, the more valuable this becomes. Yeah. And this is certainly something that everyone can easily get involved with. It's really not a problem, isn't it? Let me try and find the link actually. It might be tricky because I don't know if the link was let me see if I can find it. Oh, I found it, huh? That was quick. This is the link. I'll paste it in the stream chat. Dtravel direct affiliate program, earn from vacation rental bookings. Just go and have a read. This has been launched since October the 10th. There's the link. Apply to become a Dtravel direct affiliate. Everyone can do this. Everyone here should do this. Why not? Favor, Marve, Ali Hash. Hey RH, how's it going? Anyone here or anyone else? Craig, Gary, if you watch this, then you should do this. Sign up, get your link, and start sharing. You know, if you know anyone with a property and they're looking, maybe they're renting it out, you can say, "This is Dtravel. Get your property on this," and get them involved. And then their property will appear here on this search engine, and then people, the bigger we get this, the more valuable TRVL becomes. Yeah, so I imagine a future where this is millions. Yeah, where this is millions, and that value, that network. And remember, this isn't just about a network of properties. It's about a network of properties, travelers interacting, and that value is being translated into TRVL. This is a big deal. This is like base. I don't want to say it's like Bitcoin because nothing's like Bitcoin, but it is like finding Bitcoin or discovering Bitcoin in like 2010 or whatever, or 11. and for it already doing its thing, and you just find it, but it's early. And obviously nothing's like Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is whatever the first. But the idea of how this could grow and become big, and how we've discovered it, or how anyone is listening to me or watching me has discovered it, is like finding Bitcoin at an early stage. All right, so that's that. I haven't really looked at the charts. I don't really have anything to say, except I'm just waiting for the price to find support. Okay, it looked like it was trying to get above the golden pocket, and naturally it's not. Okay, and so there are signs of market buying, but ultimately the selling needs to stop too. I can see signs that the selling is trying to stop. You see here, you've got this kind of flat line. That's basically a limit order. Someone's just absorbing the limit, the selling. So they've just put like a big order there. I don't know how much. Let me just guess. It's quite a lot, actually. It's probably about 1 million TRVL or more. So someone's just bought up 1 million TRVL there. How much is that? It's about $32,000 worth of buying there. So they put a limit order there. They just bought 1 million TRVL over a period of 6, 7, 8 hours, whatever. And what's happened is that the people have sold into that. Now, it doesn't have to be people. It could just be bots buying and selling in correlation with Bitcoin, because that happens. And so whenever Bitcoin is dropping, there's been selling. But what's happened is that the selling hasn't been able to overcome the limit order at this position. And eventually what happens is that there's the correlation with Bitcoin. Bitcoin starts to go up then. And then you start having this. There's no more selling now. It's buying. It's buying. Okay. So that's quite interesting. We haven't really seen that in a long time. I haven't seen that in a long time. In the past, I saw limit orders trying to absorb the price. Like here, you can see the same kind of behavior. It's the same thing. And then a market buy, and then selling continued, and then basically there was no more limit order and the price dropped. Yeah, so we've seen in the past the price drop after we have limit orders absorbing the price. That was a big sell-off, which was reversed quite easily, and that's because of the illiquid nature of the market. It allows the price to move quite in a volatile manner. So here we have something very similar. We have some limit orders absorbing the price. We have a little bit of market buying, maybe because Bitcoin or whatever moved up, some market buying. And these are signs. These are signs that we're starting to see the price. It's a different kind of price action from what we've experienced previously, which is just continuous selling. Sell, 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 sell. Now we're seeing selling, buying, selling, buying. We're still underneath levels that need to be reclaimed into support, and we have to see if that happens or not. Okay, so I think if anyone is looking for strength in this context, then certainly we have to just get right back above there and back test it to go up. Yeah, we have to get into the value area, probably lower down actually. That's really important. You can't go up unless you can get up like that. Or something, I don't know. Backwards. So effectively, if you want safety, right, and I think people want to be safe because this crypto can be a scary place. You just have to wait for the price to find support into the value area low. Okay, again, but you know, eventually it will find, if it keeps on trying, it will eventually succeed. Yeah, so don't be phased that it's tried twice and it hasn't succeeded. Third time lucky, maybe fourth time lucky. Like eventually it will happen, because the more you test an area, eventually it gives up. And that's kind of what you want to continue to see. We want to continue to see the price trying to get back up. We don't want to see the price not trying. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong to see the price trying to go up. and trying to go through resistance. You don't get bearish when you see the price reject from resistance if it keeps on trying to get through the same resistance point. Yeah, it becomes it becomes bearish when the price is falling back into support and it's nowhere near resistance. Resistance is up, support is down. So in this context, we need to see the price keep on attempting to get back above, otherwise it will go down. And who knows what's going to happen. Look, it came down all the way to 3.27 cents. Look, all the way down to here. I'd like to imagine that 3.1 gets front run. Huh? That would be really amazing to see if 3.1 got front run. And when it comes to, look, it's amazing to imagine that we're back here, aren't we? We're back here, back into this range. It's been a nice long journey. All right, that's TRVL. I think again here you see we're still kind of trying to figure out what's going on against Bitcoin. Any questions on TRVL? Or that was quite interesting, yeah. What I shared about this. Oh shit! This. Where is it gone? I lost it. So this is the, did I share that already? I think I did. Yeah, I've already shared that. I'll share it there. All right. Shabuddin, hi. Any news or murmurs about the AI agent partnership? Only what I already know and have kind of shared. I haven't got anything new. Basically what's happening is that they are, what is the AI? So what Shabuddin is referring to is this. This AI search, which is that's coming soon. And he's asking any news or rumors about the AI partnership. Or maybe not this. Well, look, this is being built internally, okay? But it's being done in coordination with working in cohesion with crypto AI, effectively. Yeah, that's the summary. And so in the future, when you have an AI marketplace, Dtravel will appear in that AI marketplace. So in the future, or in the present, or whenever it happens, Dtravel will become part of that network. And that partnership will be with one of these big AI chains that we've all heard about. I can't actually say, I'm not allowed to say, but everyone's heard of it. It's like I've charted it. and so that's going to happen. I don't know how much impact that's going to have on the price, to be honest with you. I don't know. The market's weird. It's very speculative, isn't it? So it depends on the marketing. It depends on how many people hear, and it depends on the mood of the market at the time, and it also depends on whether Bitcoin is pumping into the high heavens. And there's a lot of factors that will determine the impact of that kind of press release and that kind of event. So no one can really predict that. You like to think that it's going to be extremely bullish and it's going to have a crazy impact on the price. I like to think that, yeah, but no one knows. Okay, that's one of many things, though. I don't know if that's going to be the biggest deal. I think getting onto this other chain is much bigger, because that opens the door for us to be listed onto Coinbase. And so that's really what and that's going to bring a lot of volume and liquidity and capital, expose us to a much bigger market in terms of the crypto capital markets and the liquidity out there. Okay, and so that's really what I'm interested in. And I'm not sure which is going to happen first. Maybe both at the same time. Yeah. But there's a lot of like big things like that coming. And so right now what we're experiencing is simply Bitcoin being a bitch and taking everyone down with her. And sinking the ship, the crypto ship. When we need Bitcoin to be pumping like there's no tomorrow. Oh, that's a really nice bullish reaction, huh? Amazing. Look at that. It went up, came back down, and this 382 is holding, huh? Higher lows here. This is nice. If we can get out of these lows, this is going to look really nice. If we can get out of these lows, it'll be really nice. So yeah, so I think no, this market's surprised a lot of people. It's even surprised me, yeah, because I mean when I've been oh god, look at this. When I've been charting, someone's been buying. No, this is before. Well, someone just bought now. When I've been charting this, you know, I've literally, it's been a roller coaster for me personally, because I've literally been looking at this token since its launch date, right from the beginning, you know. And if you think about, you know, it was back then, it was here, it was like nothing, and then every week you're looking at the chart and you're wondering what's going to come next, where you're going to find support, when you're going to find bullish reactions, how high are you going to go, where you're going to, you know, it's just how low you're going to go. Can you go lower? Yes, you can. It's always possible to go lower. Here it is. Here it is. And then from October onwards, taking this all the way up to 12 cents and falling right back down to 3.3 where we're at. It's a bit of a roller coaster. It's a bit of a trip. But nothing really changes. The Dtravel team still built, and the product is impeccable in my opinion. At the moment there might be bugs, but if you just report the bugs, how do you report the bugs? Just on Telegram. They'll fix it immediately. So they're really onto this, and this is potentially a game changer, but it's hard to gauge the response and the uptake. And so at the moment the uptake's been quite positive, but what you really want is some kind of exponential growth in the future. And so that's what I'm looking for. Just like in the terms of charts, I'm looking for impulsive price action. In this context, I'm looking for exponential growth. Yeah. So right now, obviously, we've got a good foundation, a good platform for the future to build on. But this is nothing. This is, in my mind, this is zero. I want this to grow exponentially. I want this to double on a periodic basis, and that would be an exponential growth. And so if you start seeing that, the value of TRVL is going to pump like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, if you start seeing exponential growth in the number of properties coming onto Dtravel and having that reflecting to reservations and bookings, then honestly, you'd never really want to sell this token. Honestly, you wouldn't, because you'd be looking at a mammoth, something extremely big, really big. And the only way to kind of to share the size of the future is just having a look at Airbnb's market. You say, well, Airbnb's big and they're untouchable. No, they're just the website. All Airbnb, I mean, what's Airbnb? I'm on Airbnb, obviously. I'm on Airbnb, that's me. But what is Airbnb? It's a search engine with properties. The value is the network, yeah? And so obviously it's taking them some time to build that network, but it doesn't mean other networks can't grow and then their value to grow as well. And then one thing I know about people who are on Airbnb, because I'm on Airbnb, is that they don't really give a shit about Airbnb. Like most people who are on Airbnb don't really, there's no like loyalty to Airbnb. Like I'm not loyal in the sense that, oh my God, I care about Airbnb. I don't really care. For me, it's a tool to achieve my business, which is the rental of property to vacationers. And so if that's why I use Booking as well, booking.com. That's why some people use VRBO as well. And that's why I'll also use Dtravel. And actually Dtravel for me is more beneficial because not only do I get TRVL rewards, that's now, in the future, it's going to, the ecosystem's going to grow. There'll be more things to earn and to grow my value. And also it means I can give cheaper prices to my guests, which is, why wouldn't I do that? Make my guests happy so they come back in the future, or share my properties with their friends who are trying to come to London as well. Tens Only is asking me, is this your website coin, or you just invested? I just invested, but I mean, this is me. Look, where is it? This is me. Yeah. So I process, if you look at my thread that I did on my Twitter, yeah, I've pinned it. I'll link it here anyway. What I have here is, look, the first one, point number 1, I was privileged to host the first ever on-chain booking using Dtravel, facilitated by a smart contract paid using USDC via the blockchain. And then this is the press release from Dtravel, August 4th, 2022. And then you can, you see that's me. You can click on the article. And effectively what happened is that someone stayed at my property. They booked using USDC on the Binance blockchain. And I received the funds immediately. And then they stayed at my property for a week. Or maybe not a week, like 5 or 6 days. I can't remember exactly how much. And this is the article. And then this was covered by different press releases. So this is the Dtravel blog post. But if you go into the Google and you just type in Dtravel first, let's have a look. I don't know what I'm searching for. Here, look, Skift. Dtravel claims first short rental booking using CoinDesk. See, look, CoinDesk. Look, Yahoo News Singapore. CoinDesk. Look at that. So it was covered. And so Dtravel processed the first vacation rental booking on my apartment in London. So this is the article. This is the press release. And here, let's find it for you. Let's have a look. Now that I can search, it's here. Look, this is it. So that the traveller stayed here for a week in August, and then I received the value into my wallet. And then that transaction, that reservation was recorded into the blockchain. This is me. This is my property. And then so that's who I am, really. And I'm actually an Airbnb superhost. So I've explained people to this in the past. I don't mind sharing again. So this is my Airbnb profile here. The funny thing about Airbnb is that me coming onto YouTube right now and telling people Dtravel is better, they could probably cancel my account. They could probably do that. I don't think they would, because that would be really bad press, wouldn't it? But they could do that shit. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, hold on. Here. I'm just gonna, there it is. That's my platform. There, see. So I've been doing Airbnb for many years and have a lot of reviews as well. See that? And what I've noticed is that Dtravel, I can have my properties, these, I can have them on Dtravel. And now when I have repeat guests, or now using guests can actually find my properties potentially on this new search engine that's been released. Where did it go? There. So this is new. So in the past, I've had reservations from repeat guests, and so repeat guests won't use Airbnb, and this is something interesting. The reason why they don't use Airbnb is because Airbnb charges 15% plus tax, so it actually increases the amount that you have to pay. And with Dtravel, you can avoid that, so I don't have to pay Airbnb 15% plus tax. So I just pass on the savings to the guests. So it encourages repeat guests. In the past, I've had repeat guests, but this is the game changer, because now as the network grows and as travelers discover this, then now people coming to London could search for me. And in the future, you can imagine a future where you're going to have travelers going, okay, I found the property on Airbnb, let me see if it's on Dtravel. That's what you're going to get. Why? Because it's cheaper. Much cheaper. Greg, welcome. We're talking about Dtravel. So this is a really big deal. I think this is a really big deal, all right? Crypto aside, like the thing is, crypto can really fog people's perspective. Yeah, this value that we're seeing now is really not, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is not reflective of the value that I'm seeing in what's being built in Dtravel. Okay, and so the market it will catch up eventually. Eventually it will catch up. And so maybe at the beginning it's like Amazon. Amazon was like growing for 10 years, but they didn't make a penny, isn't it? They were in 10 years of losses before finally they exploded. Yeah. And I'm not saying this is going to take 10 years, but I'm just saying that the beginning stage, people, when you have these businesses, whatever they're building, no one really understands how valuable they can be until they become valuable. And so it's just trying to have the foresight of the market and how much of the market share that this has the potential of cutting into, and equating that into how much increase in value that you can achieve from its current valuation. And so, and that's crypto aside, because if you add crypto to the element, then there's hype, there's speculation, there's the bull market and other factors that come into play. And so when it comes to Dtravel on its own, I always just focus on Airbnb and booking.com. So booking market cap. The booking.com is 135 billion. Airbnb is nearly 100, and then the other big one is Vrbo, which is owned by Expedia, and it's 16 billion here. See, so of the three, Vrbo is the smallest, and yet Vrbo is a $16 billion market cap business. Yeah, and all it is a search. All these are search engines, really. Search engines managed by an intermediary, a third party which manages it. And so there is a market for people who don't need Airbnb, who don't need booking.com. And primarily it's about price. It's about being cheaper primarily. I think most people, when they're traveling, they don't really want to spend 20% more on a vacation property when they can get it 20% cheaper, the same property. I think most people will be in that kind of mindset. And so therefore I think there's really a lot of potential for Dtravel to become popular. And really, I think all that Dtravel really needs to do in the future, it won't be that difficult to market this, because all you really have to do is get some TikTok influencers to start talking about this on to the masses, and then it has the potential to catch, to go viral in that sense. And so all that Dtravel are doing now is building. They just launched this today. So there is no point marketing without this being launched, was there? Because now we have something that is tangible, is visible, and you can just show everyone, and so people understand it without really me trying to explain. I've been spending weeks and months trying to explain Dtravel. And now all of a sudden I can show people Dtravel. Yeah. So it's a game changer, isn't it? It's a game changer. And just just don't fade out. Just don't fade on TRVL. It's got nothing to do with the technicals of the charts, you know, because the charts look disastrous, right? But I don't see disaster. All I see is the price consolidating, coiling up over multiple years, and you know, we've had some buy ups and we have some big take profits, but all we have to do in the context of the charts now, the only thing we have to do now, in my opinion, is put in a higher low here. Yeah, where the price fails to get to the lows, fails to get to the all-time low. Yeah, this wick is a scam wick, ignore that. This is the all-time low down here, and so all the price needs to do is fail to get to the all-time low. Now that doesn't give people confidence if they're underwater, and it certainly doesn't give people confidence if they bought here and they're back at, you know, like they haven't really made any increase in value. But the only way to offset that would be to use an investment strategy where you're averaging in. Yeah, there's no real way to pick. You can't put all your value at the absolute bottom. No one's going to be able to do that, and just and then be patient and wait until highs. No one's going to be able to do that. That's why the market moves the way it moves. It moves in waves, because as the price increases, people will take profit, and as the price comes back down, people will reaccumulate. Okay, and that's the psychology of the market and the way the market moves. And so in this context, what you want to see is that the price is unable to put in a low. That just means that there's so much liquidity here that it's easily able to prevent lower prices. Yeah, so in effect, it's saying that there's more buyers than sellers. If the price fails to make a low, it's just saying there's more buyers than sellers. There's more buy volume than sell volume. Yeah, at that point to make a new low. And if that happens, that gives anyone the confidence to buy. Yeah, regardless of the technical aspects of the charts, because obviously there's technical aspects that can't be ignored. And so if you're trading it, it's a different strategy, because you're looking for strength, you're looking for the price to reclaim levels. You know, you will trade, you'll take profit, and then you have an invalidation, etc. But when you're using a higher time frame investment strategy, it's more about time scale, and it's more about overall value, average value. And so in this context, an investment strategy could be just buying every week, regardless of the price. You'll end up with the average, that's all. You'll end up with the average price. Yeah, you'll accumulate with the average price over that period of time, and eventually, in this context, if you do hold a higher low somewhere, then you're expecting higher prices. That's really a better strategy. And I've gone over the price action scenarios, so I don't really have to go over them again. But here, all I really care about now is a high low. As you can see, the candles look disastrous. It's hard to buy those candles. Huh? I find it difficult to buy these candles personally. I'm looking for a little bit of green. I'm looking for a little bit of green and a little bit of kind of more, or a buying tail, like a really nice buying tail with volume. And I'm not getting that just yet. And so I'm a little bit hesitant for mass accumulation until I see a little bit of strength. And maybe a lot of people are waiting for that too. And so that's why you get impulsive price action, because people are waiting. People are waiting for strength. People are waiting for the price to bottom out. People are waiting to see something that gives them a really bullish vibe. And until they see that, they'll just be patient. They'll just wait. But if you do see that, you'll suddenly start getting impulsive price action and impulsive price movements, because then the whole market will start buying at the same time. That's what usually happens. And the question next, if and when the market does start buying, whether it's here or wherever, it doesn't really matter, is there enough volume, buy volume, to overcome sell volume? That's really what it's down to, where the price wants to move up. If there's enough buy volume to overcome the sell volume, then the price will go up with volume, which is bullish. And then also you want to see continuation. Continuation is continued buying, yeah, even though people are selling, and people will sell because people will take profit. And those are the two kind of factors that you want to see, whether we can get buying to overcome the volume of the selling. And in this context, we do need a little bit of volume, yeah. I can't lie to you and say that it's going to take minimal volume will get through this descent. We're going to need a little bit of volume, because potentially there are people who bought higher up at 10 cents or whatever and are just waiting for the price to come back to their entry point to reevaluate their trade setup, whether that means selling or whether that means something else. But the point is that you need volume to get through that liquidity, and then you'll need volume to get higher. And so when you look at the price range, you look at higher up, we were stuck at 12 cents, but effectively it was 9 cents that was holding us, wasn't it? For a long period of time, 9 cents held us. We had a little failed auction here, but these wicks were problematic, because wicks, in my mind, the wicks indicate limit orders, and so that it's telling me that there just wasn't enough market volume here to push through the limit orders to higher prices. And so there was market exhaustion at these prices, market exhaustion. And it can be problematic, market exhaustion, if you don't have enough interest to keep the price going up, yeah, for whatever reason. And so naturally, coming to the same place, 9 cents, yeah, you might get similar behavior if there's not enough market upwards pressure to overcome the limit orders that I know probably do still exist here, because you can see there's quite a couple of wicks, and it didn't make a higher high here, it made a lower high. So we weren't even able to get to higher prices because there were so many limit orders blocking the way, preventing the price from going up. There weren't enough market orders to clear the volume at the highs, and obviously because this is a spot market, we're not even able to get a squeeze, because in a typical, like in a Bitcoin market, if this was Bitcoin, as the price came above this pivot, after it dropped so far down here with this V shape, it's very likely if this was Bitcoin, that would have been a massive squeeze, like a short squeeze. And instead of getting this kind of price action, you could have got like a more explosive price action like that. With a squeeze, you could have got that. And so we're obviously not able to see that. And so this game is slightly different, because now it's a game of utility. It's a game of value, of market value, of explaining to the market why this is value. It's a game of hype and other aspects to do with the way crypto projects promote themselves. And so yeah, we have to see what happens, but I'm optimistic that we'll get there in the future. We just have to, I don't know which path we'll take. I'm looking at this weekly candle and thinking to myself, it's pretty miserably bearish. You know, bearish candles, they're scary, but at the same time they can be reversed. And it's the same as these bullish candles. People love bullish candles, but look, they can be reversed. Yeah, just because you see a bullish candle doesn't mean it's going up, because eventually when the price exhausts, when the selling exhausts, the price reverses and people start buying again. And so it's actually quite nice to see, because I see in TRVL you got selling, buying, selling, buying. selling. We're just waiting for the selling to end, and then we can start buying again. That's really all it is. It's about. Do you hold a lot? Not enough. Is marketing on track? Yeah, I think they were waiting for the big release, which was this. Yeah. So I think now that this is released, obviously this is the first day. After, as long as you know this launch doesn't come into problems for whatever reason, problems that you can't contemplate of at the time, then I don't see why they can't start marketing this to hosts initially, but also to potentially in the future travelers as well. I think what we really need to do is populate this map. Yeah, I think we really, I want to see, like, I don't know why there's nothing in New Zealand, to be honest with you, because I think we should have properties in New Zealand. Let me just search. Yeah, there it is. There, I thought so. I was wondering. Look at this, the Croft Cottage near Hooker Falls with aircon. Aircon, so must be quite a humid, hot place. All right, that's good. Or what's this? Oh, Auckland, right? Like South Island. No, I think so. So we still got a long way to go, and then obviously Australia. Is there anything in Brisbane? Yeah, that's a few. So I don't know why I didn't show it when I did that. Was that too wide? Oh, it showed it, but it didn't. It didn't map it. All right. That's probably what happened. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Brisbane. $272. Oh, that's nice. What's this one? Too pricey. So let's go for that one. Let's see what that is like. A French beach bungalow, 2-bedroom, pet friendly in Brisbane. Interesting. All right. The mere holds millions. I just sadly don't hold enough. So